The moon hung like a pale, sickle-shaped specter in the ebony sky, casting an eerie glow upon the desolate landscape. I could feel its icy fingers crawl down my spine as I walked alone along the deserted path that cut through the heart of the dense, foreboding forest. My steps were cautious, each crunch of fallen leaves amplifying the deafening silence that surrounded me. The chill in the air seemed to seep into my bones, making me shiver despite the layers of clothing I wore. My heart thudded heavily, a rapid and unsettling rhythm that echoed in my ears. An inexplicable sense of dread had taken hold of me, tightening its grip with every step I took. The rustling leaves seemed to whisper secrets to one another, conspiring against my presence in this forbidding realm. I tried to shake off my unease, to convince myself that it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. But then, from the corner of my eye, I caught a fleeting glimpse of movement among the trees. My breath hitched, and I froze in place, my senses on high alert. The moonlight revealed nothing but the swaying branches and twisted shadows. My own breath, shallow and ragged, seemed to echo louder than ever. I considered turning back, retracing my steps to the safety of the town, but an insistent curiosity held me in place. I needed to know if I was truly alone in these woods. With every step I took, the feeling of being watched intensified. It was as though a pair of eyes, unseen and malevolent, bore into the back of my skull. The gnarled trees seemed to leer at me with grotesque faces, their branches reaching out like bony fingers, threatening to snatch me away into the depths of the forest. A sudden snap of a twig behind me sent a jolt of terror through my veins. I spun around, heart pounding in my chest, only to find darkness and silence. But there was no denying it. Someone, or something, was out there, following me, taunting me with its presence. I quickened my pace, my footsteps echoing like thunder in the silence. I could hear my own ragged breaths, mingling with the whispers of the wind that seemed to carry unintelligible voices. My mind raced, conjuring images of faceless figures lurking just beyond my line of sight, their intentions unfathomable. Then, a voice, a soft, lilting whisper, seemed to curl around me, chilling me to the bone. It was as if the very air had come alive with its sinister words that slithered into my mind like a venomous serpent. "You can't escape," it murmured, each syllable dripping with malice. Terror gripped me in a vice-like hold, and I broke into a run. Branches clawed at my skin, tearing through my clothes, leaving thin rivulets of blood in their wake. My pulse thundered in my ears, drowning out everything but the haunting refrain of that voice. "You can't escape." I stumbled, crashing to the ground, my hands and knees scraped and bleeding. Gasping for breath, I glanced around, my vision blurred with tears of fear and exhaustion. And then I saw it. A figure, tall and shadowy, standing amidst the trees. Its eyes gleamed like obsidian orbs, fixed on me with an intensity that froze my very soul. I tried to call out, to demand an explanation for this torment, but my voice caught in my throat. The figure remained motionless, its gaze unyielding, and a paralyzing realization dawned upon me. It was not just a stalker, it was something beyond human, beyond comprehension. With a surge of desperation, I scrambled to my feet and ran, branches lashing at me like whips, the ground uneven and treacherous. The forest seemed to stretch on forever, an inescapable labyrinth, each turn leading me deeper into its heart. I could feel its malevolent presence behind me, its footsteps echoing mine, a predator reveling in the chase. Exhaustion gnawed at me, my muscles burning with every step. But I knew I couldn't stop. I couldn't allow that entity to catch me, to subject me to whatever unspeakable fate it had in store. Adrenaline surged through me, lending me the strength to press on, even as my vision blurred and my limbs threatened to give way. And then, just as I thought I could go no further, the trees began to thin, the moonlight breaking through the dense canopy. I burst through the edge of the forest, stumbling onto a rocky cliff that overlooked a yawning abyss. The ground crumbled beneath me, and I teetered on the edge, my heart pounding. With no other option, I leaped. The wind whistled past me, a haunting symphony of freedom and finality. I plummeted into the void, the darkness swallowing me whole. As the ground rushed up to meet me, a sensation of weightlessness washed over me, and the world turned black. When I awoke, I found myself in a hospital bed, surrounded by concerned faces. They told me I had been found unconscious at the bottom of a ravine, miraculously alive despite the fall. They spoke of a search party that had been organized when I went missing in the forest, their efforts hampered by the dense undergrowth and the ever-shifting paths. I listened, unable to shake off the feeling that something lingered in the shadows, that the obsidian gaze still watched from afar, biding its time. It was a presence beyond reason, beyond human understanding, an entity that defied explanation and eluded capture. Even now, as I lie in my bed, safe from the clutches of that nightmarish forest, I can't help but feel its eyes upon me, a chilling reminder that some horrors are beyond the realm of the known, and that the darkness that dwells within the human soul is but a mere reflection of the terrors that lurk in the unknown corners of our world.